get to our next conversation, and that has to do with subnationals and the governance in the state. Kwara State in focus. Akintade Shitu is a former special assistant on geographic information systems to the Kwara State governor. He joins us virtually. Mr. Shitu, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you.
You know, when you look at Kwara State under Abdulrahman, Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, is mixed messaging, some bad, some good. On one hand, there is a part of, youth inclusiveness, women. On the other hand, in terms of performance of government, there are a lot of questions to be asked. And then the internal wrangling of succession in the APC. So, for instance, at the top of my head, one of the things I remembered vividly was the issue of MRI, that an entire state like Kwara did not have an effective MRI. In fact, they had an old one. And when we put out that concern that how can you not have an MRI, for instance, they said there's one in the works, and they gave some explanation. Well, that one in the works, whether it has arrived now, we do not know. But where I'm going to with my question, I brought out all these layers to say you have worked with them. What exactly is your assessment of this government, the Kwara State leadership?
Thank you. Good morning. I'll just pick up from where you left off. For the Abdulrahman administration, Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq is an easy seller for Kwara State APC and Kwara State as a whole, because over the past 7 years he has performed exceptionally well. I can just run you through some of the achievements in the past 7 years that he's done in Kwara. I mean, picking up from your healthcare situation, yes, the MRI issue. But beyond that, with huge, investment in the health sector, we've established the Kwara State Teaching Hospital. Many secondary and primary healthcare centers were established and rehabilitated across the state. And the state even won, under the leadership of the governor, also won the $500,000 primary healthcare leadership challenge, among many others. And again, the governor has also facilitated the BOA 20 billion innovation center for the diagnostic center that's coming to Ilorin as well. So these are these are achievements in the health sector. If we move towards education, for example, with over 600 basic schools renovated, newly constructed, 1,254 classrooms have been delivered since 2019 to 2024. 8,600 basic teachers employed, and more than 14.2 billion in UBEC matching grants have been accessed. Wash facilities have also been provided to these schools, some schools which never had them. And this has helped the educational system, and you can see the rise in students in Kwara winning quizzes here and there and going for competitions and rising to the wide standards. If you look at roads, for example, Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq has completed 338 kilometers of road. We have about 247 ongoing, which brings the total to about 588 kilometers of roads. If you look at the roads facilitated by His Excellency, we have the Ofa Ojoku Afoyan Koren, which is about 42 kilometers. Udesadu Kayaman Kuskusu, which is 83 kilometers. You have the Okuta Banara, which is 32 kilometers, bringing the facilitated roads by the tax scheme to about 247. So he's looking to, the goal is to get to 1,000 kilometers by the end of his administration, and that goal is ongoing. Right. If you look at welfare, from payments of salaries, allowances, payments of
I mean, it's interesting to see you reel out these achievements on paper. Whether or not the residents of Kwara State will agree with you, as Jeff would always say, is another kettle of fish. But the escalation of security concerns in Kwara State cannot go unnoticed. I know the state borders Niger State and I think Ondo State, and there have been that escalation in kidnappings and banditry. And the last 8 years of that governor, Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, has been called into question as to just how he's been able to, with all of the monies that states are receiving, and perhaps he is the chief security officer, has he been able to manage the issues around security in Kwara State? I mean,
There have been reports of kidnappings here and there in and around Kwara State.
I mean, Kwara State is the ninth largest state in Nigeria. We're bordering Oyo to the south, Ekiti to the east, Niger to the north, and Kogi to the east as well. So it's a massive state. That's number one. Number two, security challenges are not peculiar to Kwara State alone. You know, security challenges is what we've been battling in Nigeria for quite some time, and it's not specific to Abdulrazaq's administration. The administration in question has partnered and worked closely with the military. His Excellency has also, been with the president and also, discussed how we can rein home these miscreants that have been causing problems in the northern part of Kwara. And that's why, His Excellency, the Commander-in-Chief, has just recently approved the 9th Division of the military to be in the line, and has also sent a new battalion to go to Umaron and station there so that we can rein home the security situation. His Excellency Abdulrazaq has also provided tools, vehicles, and also funding for the local vigilante to help boost and curb this problems. And security, like I said, is not just a fire issue. It's they're raining from the Niger into Kwara from that national park, because we have a massive national park, which is a massive forest, and that's where the curbing needs to be done. And then the military has done significantly well in the past weeks. They captured a couple of them in Kwara North and neutralized them, and were able to rescue a few people. So it's an ongoing process. For Governor, he's tried his best to make sure that he gets that rainbow.
Yeah, as we continue to look at the process as it is ongoing, as you have said, Kwara citizens have been speaking in the last 1 week or two, expressing concern about very little that is being done to ensure the release of the 176 Kwara kidnap victims who have been in captivity since February, I believe. And we've heard very little that is being said by the Kwara State Governor on that particular case of kidnapping. And in spite of all the measures that you have rolled out and the partnerships with the military, the communities in Kwara State still speak about how they remain vulnerable to attacks. But I'd like you to speak specifically about the Kwara case.
Okay. Just security issues as they are, you have to be very careful and not to come on air and discuss what's been happening. But like I've told you earlier, the governor is working closely with the military. In fact, they're doing sweepies. They sweep, all that parts of the reserves up onto Kwara North from time to time, and that has been going on. In the rescue of the kidnapped victims, that has been giving the governor sleepless nights. It's something that they've been trying to work with the military, with the president on, to be able to get these kidnapped victims back and get them to their families. It's an ongoing process. It's not something that is meant for open discussion because there are security issues, and that's what the governor has been doing. And very soon, these people are going to be reunited with their families. We share their pain, we share their frustration, but these are security issues at the end of the day, and we have to be able to follow them with the utmost secrecy and idea that it deserves.
Well, I don't know whether your explanation surface, but that's your explanation. More action needs to be done. But let me switch gears. Maybe we'll come back to the issue of security. Let's talk about governance. One of the things that the government is being touting is about youth inclusiveness. As a matter of fact, the speaker is anointed to take over as the successor of the governor, and that has brought in a lot of division in the party. So I'll switch gears now to the issue of politics. And the concern with the people that dissent and don't agree with that is the fact that they talk about his experience, they talk about whether the consultation was broad-based, they talk about even the process itself. in fact, there is maybe a move for another guy against this particular candidate. How is the APC in the state managing all of this, and what's the counter narrative?
I think we're using the word to get used now. One can say that, but we need to understand what the Otuge means and what brought about the Otuge in the first place. Otuge was about authoritarian rule by a certain family for over 30 plus years. This administration is just 7 years, plus going on. So that those two differences cannot even be discussed. But moving on. Yes, Kwara State had one of the largest amount of aspirants across board, right from House of Assembly members to House of Reps to Senate and to governor in the entire country. That speaks to something. That speaks to that the governor in question and the party in Kwara State are seen by everyone as the party to be in to get your aspirations, and that speaks to the leadership that the governor Abdulrazaq has put over for the past 7 years, and that's why everyone wanted to contest in APC. I mean, look at the House of Assembly, for example. You had 150 plus people to 24 seats. House of Rep was 60 to 6 seats. Senate was 20 to 3 seats. Governorship was 15 plus to 1 seat. So in that kind of scenario, obviously, as you just build out these numbers, someone has to have the ticket. you have the people that won't, because that's just how politics are. What we need to do is to allow the party use this internal mechanisms to resolve the issues around the primaries and which the party is currently doing, and speaking to all sides across all the political positions, and seeing how we can accommodate them and see how we can work together. Because at the end of the day, they know that APC is the only party in Kwara State that is functioning. APC is the only party in Kwara State that can win elections. If you run a poll independently today, they'll tell you that they'll vote for APC. So,
Mr. Shitu, it was the same situation where we had thousands of candidates all over the country who participated in the primaries, but they still speak to the management of the process being less than satisfactory. And there was also the back and forth about whether the governor had endorsed Dunlady, the speaker, or Yaya Seriki, and then it went back to Dunlady. And there are now, I believe, 15 aggrieved governorship aspirants who were eased out of the process and may be uniting against the candidacy of this particular chosen anointed successor to the governor. How is the party moving to appeal to these aggrieved aspirants ahead of the election?
Thank you very much. As politicians, I also run in this cycle that we are talking about. So as politicians, as loyal party members, we must always accept the outcome of the party decisions, especially primaries, because primaries are exclusive party affair. You must be able to accept the party decisions when it favors us and when it don't. We can't only be happy when you get the ticket, and then when you don't, you want to pull things down. Like I said, the party in Kwara and the party at the national level are working hand in hand together with all the candidates across board, not just the G15 or the governorship candidates. We're working across the entire, from House of Assembly to Reps, and then to see how we can accommodate everyone and make sure that we work together to achieve the election coming in 2027.
I totally understand. I know that a couple of things we would have loved to explore in terms of youth inclusiveness and all of that. We're totally out of time. But we talked about the politics and the succession plan, and we're going to explore this conversation even more. But must thank you so much for coming on the program, Mr. Akintade Shitu, former Special Assistant and Geographic Information Systems, the Kwara State Governor. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So guys, what do we have left? Do we have any time for anything left?
Not at all.
totally President.
Goodbyes.
Yeah. Well, thank you indeed for watching, everyone. From Lagos, Nigeria, I am Kelly Egiga. Sunrise Daily is next.
We'll be back again for the home stretch tomorrow. I am Bukola Koka.
And I'm Jeffrey Uzonga. Bye-bye.